All right, what up, everyone? Good morning. Today is Tuesday, September 23rd. It's 8:40 a.m. Eastern, and yeah, good morning. Let's lock in. Here we go. So, let's first check news. And let's make this small. So, I actually already posted news in the server, so but yeah, we have flash manufacturing PMI at 945. So cool. With that, I um I actually so I still had my trade left over from yesterday. So I'm gonna tell you guys so far what I've already done this morning. So we have this entire range here. Actually, I like it like this. Pretty obvious accumulation, and then you can see here that we formed an SMT with YM, a 6-hour SMT with 030 right here. And so here's the low, here's the higher low, here's the low, here's the lower low, right? 6-hour SMT. And so yeah, there's 6-hour SMT. We're below midnight. And let's see, where is it? So there's 6-hour SMT. Below midnight, we had a 6-hour sweep here. And midnight was right here, 7:30 is right here. So we went below both of our true opens. And then here we have a nice 15-minute implied gap. So 15-minute for value gap. And then we have midnight here. Once again, true day open, 7:30 here. So what I'm trying to get at is this morning, right when I got on the charts, I saw that we had a 6-hour SMT with this 15-minute implied for value gap, and then we had we took out both of our true opens, and on the 1 minute, you can see we have a really nice change in state here. We have a really nice change in state, and so I actually entered right at that 1 minute change in state. And so I'm in a long position on the accounts. And the reason is because I still have my trade left over from yesterday, right? Because, and then if it does lose, like if it were to lose, I still have my trade for today. So what I would do is I'd go in, I'd have to adjust the daily loss limits, but it's whatever. This is essentially going to be, this is my trade from yesterday, right? And so the reason I'm trying, like I'm trying to be, the reason I'm acting the way I am is I'm trying to be completely emotionless about it, obviously, but it's like, it's never easy to do that, you know. But I've been in this long where we had 6 hour SMT with this low. We have a 15-minute implied gap, and then 1 minute change in state. And I got in all the way over here. And the better entry was obviously when we induced this low, clearly. Pairing it your entry with an inducement. Oh, okay, we're back. Guys, I guess I lost the internet for a second, but now it's back. But so then to continue with what's been going on, right? I ended up messing up because because I just got my Apex accounts back, so um, I forgot to I made the group, but I forgot to apply the group when you click buy. You have to drag it into the group. You have to press plus add the group. I forgot to do that. And so then when I clicked buy, I accidentally put all the contracts on one account. And then I was like, oh, shoot. And then I quickly sold them, right? And so that account was down. And so that account, when we came down here, that account got stopped out actually, which is stupid because, the stop loss should have been right here. But once again, that was out of my control. But the rest of the accounts are still long from this change in state. So 3 of those Apex accounts are long. 1 got stopped out. There's nothing I can do. Once again, that was out of my control. And yeah. But yeah, I've been long since this change in state. Off of the 15-minute implied gap here with the 6 hour SMT. And I could even take all off at this high. Just kind of depends what I want to do. I really I don't know, I feel like we should deliver up to the 4th standard deviation though. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But hey, what up, Flair? Good morning. So I'm in a trade right now across my accounts. I'm not gonna lie, it's been, I don't know why. What's up with me? Maybe it's because I went running super hard this morning, but I don't know. Like I've been having I'm trying. I don't know why. It's just like I'm not completely emotionless, which is bothering me. Right? It's bothering me. I don't know why I'm not. I should be. It shouldn't matter, but when we induced this low into the change in state, not gonna lie, I was like, oh my gosh. And I don't know why I'm like that because I think this is a good trade. We had accumulation, manipulation into this implied for value gap here, then a 1 minute change in state, and we manipulated our 7:30 true open. But once again, guys, it's just like sometimes, it's hard because, yeah, it's just hard. So this is kind of what I took, right? Um, I could take all off at that high, but I do think we should go to the 4th. So I'm in this weird little predicament where I'm like, do I take profit some here, some at the 4th? It's probably the best thing to do, right? So maybe TP1 and trail. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'll do TP1 trail. And then the other take profit, I'm gonna do at the fourth standard deviation. That's my plan. Yo, what up? Kirk, you're not first. Flair beat you, bro. My Jake, I see you. What? I still don't know what you mean by that whenever you say it. But yeah, guys, I am in a trade right now. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why, but I've not been completely emotionless, which has been upsetting. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. My best to understand that like I literally don't have control of the outcome. But the trade I'm in is 15-minute implied gap, 1-minute change in state, and I'm essentially using my trade from yesterday, because otherwise I normally can't take a trade that early, but because I didn't take a trade yesterday, I still had my trade left over. So I'm using that, and if it ended up stopping me out, then I can still go on a trade today because that was my trade from yesterday. My rules are kind of confusing to someone else who's not me. Remember 50-minute average wait time for flow model. Yeah, that's a good point, bro. But yeah, it's kind of hard to understand my rules if you're not me, because like I designed them specifically for me. But that's just kind of how I have them set up right now, and yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do TP1 probably like here. And so I did 7 cons. So I might just take 4 off at that high. Or 3, I don't know. But yeah, for reference, guys, the trade I've been in is 1-minute change in state off this 15-minute implied gap with pretty obvious AMD. But I messed it up, guys. I messed up because on Apex, right? I forgot to put up the group. I forgot to include the group. It's hard to explain. I forgot to include the group, so I accidentally put all the cons on one account, and then I had to quickly exit it out. And so that one account ended up being in drawdown, and that one got stopped out when we induced this low, but the rest of them didn't. But once again, there's nothing I could do about that. So the rest of them are still in. And I don't know how it got stopped out because it really shouldn't have, but yeah, essentially I had 7 cons at the change in state here. And then second standard deviation, fourth standard deviation, and that's kind of what I've been up to, right? Now I should just have the accounts just on the screen, but like I'm not gonna lie, bro, I don't know why, but I'm not emotionless right now, which is not good. I don't know, I don't want to be looking at that right now. So yeah, I think I'll do 3 off here, and then the other 4, I have conviction in the 4th. I think we should go up there. I don't know. This TP1 it's kind of emotional TP. Like, we should just deliver to the 4th, but and like I could just go all off at the 4th, but because I don't know, it's just kind of like typically when we expand, you don't reverse after this, especially after a 6-hour S&T like that. But I don't know, whatever. I think anything to just give me a little bit of peace in the trade is probably a good thing. View 1 with the flow, of course. It's hard, bro. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. This got me I was not. I knew this was probably going to be an inducement, but I also didn't know for sure, and I did not like that, bro. I did not like that. Where's inducement box? So we just tapped midnight again. Yeah, man. I haven't done anything wrong from a from a trade management perspective, right? This was out of my control. Getting stopped out on the one Apex account was out of my control. Um, that was out of my control because I didn't, when I entered on the first Apex account, I didn't know that the cons all got applied to that one account because I didn't drag the group over. I'll just show you guys. It's hard to explain without showing the account, so I'm just gonna show you. Okay. So I'll just show you. So what happened, right? So I basically, when you activate your group, you have to go to, if I don't click on the group like this, for instance, then it's going to only apply the cons to account 47. I accidentally forgot to basically click on that group. Even though I made the group, I forgot to click on it. So I applied all the cons to one account. Then I quickly got rid of that and I closed it out. But because of that, that one account was slightly in drawdown, and so that account got stopped out, and the rest of them didn't. And which is crazy because the stop loss should have been all the way down here. So I just kind of messed it up. I messed it up just a little bit, and it's. I'm just trying. I'm trying my best. I messed up a little bit, but it's okay. So yeah, because of Apex trailing drawdown is a pain. Yeah, well, point is, right, I messed up because I put all the cons on that. It was just an accident. There's not much I can do. It's just all a learning process. So but yeah, like I said, TP1 here. Let's just go ahead. I'm gonna take 4 off on Apex and then 3 off on. I actually might not take any off on Top Step because the trailing drawdown won't be as bad. I'm gonna log into Top Step here. Top Step looks way cleaner. I'm not gonna lie. My Top Step account's like way cleaner here. So yeah, we'll take some off at this TP1 if we get it. So here's this on Top Step. And this is just at the 4th standard deviation. In case we just spammed up there, then it would take profit for me. But I'm thinking, yeah, on Apex, this is what I want to do. is I want to do. Okay, let's just do it on Apex. So this is gonna be 3 or no 4. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, Kirk. Appreciate it. So this is gonna be 4 cons across 3 accounts multiplied by 3 because it's $600 per trade. Right? It's just so confusing now that it's not in multiples of 4 because now this account's not included. So yeah, 9. So 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. That makes sense. So this should be 36. That makes sense. So I'm going to take 36 off only on the Apex account. Because the trailing drawdown is pain in the butt. What I might do is I might do that trailing technique where I do the replace the TP right as we're about to hit it, and then pop the stop loss under the TP. I might do that. Yeah, I like that idea because if we do expand here, then we'll probably expand pretty aggressively, and I don't want to miss out on the extra gain if that ends up occurring, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this. This is kind of how I've done this in the past. Is I'll make a blue line here where it's like replace TP with trailing stop or something. But we are not moving, and this is not ideal for this trade. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get rid of this for now because I want a clean chart. Oh man, I'm not liking this. Why is it so slow? But I'm already in the trade, so. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is not ideal. Why are we slowing down? trying so hard to make the right decisions in trading and be completely emotionless and all that stuff, and it's not always easy. I'm trying. I wish there was a motion pill I could take to just make myself completely emotionless. It kind of sounds bad, but just I wish I could just I wish it just feels out of my control. Like I want to be emotionless, but I'm human. I'm human. I can't. It's hard, bro. Still looks like we're consolidating. I'm not gonna lie, that's not super what I want to see. So I might take all off at that high. Then again, this is a propulsion block, isn't it? Yeah. Wait, this actually could end up playing out. We should be a little thoughtful here because we have this order block which took out liquidity. And then this. Let's actually go down in time frame. Yeah, so this could be a propulsion block. I like it best on the 15 minute, right? It's pretty clear on the 15 minute that it could be propulsion block because we have down close candle. But I'm not liking price action. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's just not super ideal. I might go on a little walk because I want to be completely emotionless, so. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. It might not be good enough. This manipulation, um, hmm. I'm just gonna go on a walk here. like price action. I don't like price action. We just got a 1 minute bearish SMT. I'm still here. I just came back. I don't know, guys. I'm not a huge fan of this right now. I don't want to make the wrong decision though. I already entered the trade a long time ago. You know what I mean? But I'm not enjoying this bearish SMT. I don't want to make the wrong decision. I don't know, man. I was funded in the past, but right now I'm not funded. Yeah, but I mean it's just not ideal. Price action's looking bad, bro. I don't know, man. I don't want to make a wrong, incorrect decision, but this not looking like I want it to. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't know what the right decision is. Because this is super slow. I was honestly anticipating if we were going to go higher, I was anticipating us to induce the low and then just distribute right away. This is not. This is not it. Bro, I don't know, man. My instincts were right. I'm already in it, so I guess I have to stick to it. Why can't you try trading Forex? I don't want to trade Forex. That's why. Yeah, no second guessing, Turk. You're right. I'm already in it. It's too late. I can't change the trade. Guys, I don't like the trade anymore. I'm not gonna lie, I do not like. I don't know what I was thinking, guys. I might just. I think I'm just gonna dip, dude. This is not. Let's just dip and then close and then reevaluate because this is not. I'm not liking this at all. Let's just close and then reevaluate. Bro, I'm not liking this at all. Did we close? Did we close? I'm gonna get out. I'm not liking this. If we get 30-second change in state, then I'll stay in. But I'm not liking this price action. Okay, we actually are getting 30-second change in state. Okay. Oh, if we don't get 30-second change in state here, then I don't want to be in it. Yeah, but I don't like this trade anymore. Obviously I don't want to make the wrong decision, but I don't like this trade anymore. Like the way prices moved, I, personally, price needed to expand off of that low right away. So I'm gonna I'm gonna enter a different trade later, and I'm gonna go on a walk.
Order filled.
So I'm gonna go on a different trade later. I'm not a fan of that anymore. And that was my trade from yesterday. So basically just a break even. I'm not happy that I did that, but I don't know. I just think, yeah, I need to go on a walk and reset, guys, because I'm not in love with this price action right now. So I just have to reset, and then once market opens, I'll reevaluate, and then if I'm in the right mindset, I can maybe take another trade. But I think, I'm trying to make the right decisions, and obviously it's not easy to make the right decisions. It's not easy to make the right decisions. I'm trying super, super hard. I'm trying my best because I genuinely, in the moment, I like that 1 minute change state delivery. But based off of how price action's been moving, I don't think that it's right for me to be in the trade anymore, right? And so obviously, I want to make the right decisions, but I have to also. It's a balance, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't know all the right decisions to make, but I don't think that being in the trade makes sense anymore. So I'm out. I'm gonna just go on a walk, completely reset, and then when market open comes, I'm gonna go on a walk, come back, and we'll just completely reset, and then I'll possibly take my trade for today, because that was my trade for yesterday. Essentially, it was a win. It was probably like a 1-to-1 win. So I'm gonna go on the walk and then come back. I'm back. Wow, a lot of people said a lot. Dude, a lot of people said a lot of things. Hey buddy, how are you? Good night, bro. Wait, let me help you get in a better mind. You are gonna miss open. No, bro. Guys, okay. Couple items of business, okay? Couple items of business. First of all, that is a requirement for me to go on a walk after I take a trade, right? So that is me being 100% disciplined because I require myself to at least go on like a 1 to 2 minute walk after my break, right? I was not going out of the room to cry, bro. Bro, I was not going out of the room to cry. That was a win, by the way, Ro. That was a win, right? I took a win, took a disciplined trade, but we're getting to the point where price action, I did not like the way that it was moving. It was not in line with what I wanted to see, so I completely reset, and exactly, I made money. So I'm reset. And that's what that walk was for. Now I'm back, and once again, guys, I took the trade, and the way that we came up and then paused with SMT, not a good look, guys. Not a good look. Not something I wanted to see. I was really thinking if we were going to go higher, we needed to induce this low and then expand. And then we didn't, right? Because we didn't do that, I'm trying to make the disciplined move. I'm not being. I mean, obviously, it's hard to not be emotional. Of course, I'm gonna be emotional. Yeah, it was a complete reset. I was not crying. I literally just, as part of my rules, I have to go on the 2 minute walk after any trade. But yeah, that was like a 1-to-1 win. But yeah, I'm at the point where I think that we need to just reset. And that was my trade from yesterday. Okay, it's in the past now. It's in the past. It was a 1-to-1 win. And I know I'm talking about it like it was a bad trade. I don't think it was necessarily. I think the main thing is I wasn't sure how to manage the position once I saw that price action was acting the way that it was. Because it was not doing it what I wanted it to do, which was ideally this 1 minute change in state. If it was going to deliver higher right away, it should have done so right away. So, at the end of the day, guys, do I think I made the right decision? Yes, and I know that seems like I'm like being emotional, but I'm really trying not to. I'm trying my best. I'm putting that in the past, completely resetting, and now we're going to go into New York, market open, looking for our trade for today. So, yeah, 1-to-1 win for yesterday, pretty solid, and now let's go into the market today and look and see what we can find. So, hopefully that makes sense. No, bro, this is not what I want to see, guys. Like, look at this chop, dude. This is exactly why I did not initially the trade looked really nice because we had a super big accumulation range, and then we ended up getting SMT on the 6 hour with London low, and then 1 minute change of state. So it initially it popped off the chart to me, but yeah, I think I made the right decision, guys. Okay, Stagnator, good luck, bro. Good luck. But yeah, at this point, guys, price action not ideal for me personally, and that's just you know how I'm feeling right now. So as of right now, I'm not gonna be executing anything. But now I need to adjust the daily loss limits because, unfortunately, my trading day, the way that I see a trading day is starting at New York session, but the way that my trading accounts see the trading day is they see it as starting at Asia session, right? Because I have my trade counts reset at New York session. So that was my trade from yesterday. I took it before I got on the live trading session, so it was still valid for yesterday, but now I'm looking to take a trade for today. So if we ended up getting something, which right now I'm not liking price action. But yeah, I need to adjust this here. So yeah, let me adjust the daily loss limits so it's correct, because now I'm gonna allow myself to take one more trade max. Well, not necessarily one more trade, but one max. If it's a loss, then I have to be done, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and adjust this. $567.28 minus 800. Okay, here we go. So 567.28 minus 800. Okay, so this is going to be 232 now. And then now I will lock the risk settings for the day. Oh wait, no. Because I needed to make sure I can. No, yeah, I need to lock the risk settings for the day. Because yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I would need to lock it or not, because so if I take a loss, then it's going to reset an Asian session. Yeah, so let's just lock it. All right. New hat. It's just a hat, bro. It's been here. I honestly like, it's just like, I literally don't care what I wear, bro. This is just a hat that I found around the house. But sometimes I want to wear a hat. When I just wake up. Or, I don't know. There's just times where I want to wear a hat. But, so now I put those wrist settings in place. And let's set the risk settings in place on these accounts. So 613 minus 600. If you guys don't understand what happened here, it's because
613 minus 600 is 13.
That's not what I wanted. Negative 613 minus 600. The reason this happened is because I accidentally put all the contracts onto one account on accident, and that was kind of out of my control because I didn't realize that. I messed up. So 47. So, shoot. Yeah, a lockout's good, but I was just making sure that, because the trading sessions for the settings of the accounts is going to be different than the trading sessions that I do, because I allow my trades to reset in New York session, the start of New York session, and the settings are going to reset the trades in Asian session. So I had to make sure that it made sense to do that. $47. So this is going to be 1213. And then this needs to be 272 minus 600. Okay. Once again, guys, I'm trying my best to be as disciplined as possible. All right, let's go ahead and look at the other chart. And that's a big reason for why I live stream, by the way, guys, because I know that streaming holds me accountable. You know, this is exactly why I didn't do anything, or why I got out of the trade, because initially this woman at Change of State looked good until I just saw how we got SMT and we chopped around, and then I was like, it's not what I want to see. You know what I mean? Especially with the fact that we have news coming out at 9:45, right? If we're gonna distribute, news is likely to distribute price, and with all that in mind, I just knew that that trade didn't make sense anymore, so that's why I got out. Powell speaks at 12:35. You might as well don't trade. That just means we have to trade lower time frame AMD. That doesn't mean that we can't trade. It just means we have to be aware of the fact that maybe high resistance liquidity conditions, maybe lower time frame trades, but it's not necessarily don't trade. It's just understand the context, right? So if Powell's speaking later, that means we'll probably distribute up or distribute later. So right now, high resistant liquidity conditions. So yeah, high resistant liquidity conditions, lower time frame. That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Yeah, so right now this is looking very high resistance now, actually. Right? Clearly we can see the market's kind of rejecting price. This is actually really interesting here. High resistant liquidity all through here. See how this is starting to look high resistant? So, you know, if we came back up to this high resistance liquidity, then maybe I'd look to short again. But high resistance means every time, it's essentially when LRLR is generating, it needs to be high resistance first. So this is creating the LRLR, meaning we're targeting old lows that are, you know, these old lows here. Instead of low resistance lows, we're targeting high resistance. You get what I'm trying to say. So S&P, this is interesting. S&P back at almost all-time highs. YM at all-time highs. And Q is moving down. This is not normal price action. Not normal price action, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think we're probably gonna need to dig deeper into this 1 hour gap. Maybe fill this 1 hour gap. We got a 2 hour hippo here. I've never talked about that before, but it's a hidden order block. That's why it's called hippo. People are like, what the hidden order block? Well, see how it's an order block on this time frame? This one's a hidden order block. So yeah, I think we should probably dig a little deeper into this gap. So I might go into the market playing this high resistance liquidity type of move, where, you know, I do not think we're going to distribute yet. I think the market's still generating liquidity. Where's midnight? We got midnight here. So this is gonna be above. Midnight is gonna be above. So yeah, midnight and 7:30. As long as we go above midnight, we'll be above 7:30 as well. So here's the true day open. And then looks like we're forming SMT with, let's see. We have SMT, 6-hour SMT here. And then I think we have 90-minute SMT here. Yeah, we have 6-hour and we have 90-minute. Both perfectly sequential. Dang. Stop loss is getting hit here. So there might have been a play right at market open, right? We were above midnight. We got these two bearish sequential SMTs. You know, obviously this is high resistance. Dang, bro. What a crazy drop on NQ. So I wonder if there was opportunity here, right? We maybe had a, looks like we had a 5-minute gap here. 5-minute implied gap above midnight. Maybe just consider this just a regular 5-minute for value gap. So yeah, there was definitely opportunity here, but you had to be really, you had to look in the right place is what I would say, right? Not necessarily, yeah, and that can be hard to do sometimes. So high resistance liquidity. And then 5-minute gap. Where's your lower time frame TP? What? I'm not in a trade right now. But I'm outlining this. Yeah, obviously this was all high resistance, time-based SMTs, and then manipulation of midnight. And then we swept out all those highs. And so what are we looking for here? 30-second change in state. We get the obvious one right here. I mean, there's lots of other ones, but this one's the obvious one. And now, so okay, to answer your question, let's measure out standard deviation to the manipulation leg, and then that will probably give us a pretty good area to target. So I'd measure it from body to body here. Maybe even like this. Nah, probably not. Probably go like that. So yeah, we just hit the second standard deviation. So I think we'll likely draw to the fourth one. That's what I will say. 5-minute gap. Hey Jake, when AMD happens in the expansion part, do I have to wait for an internal manipulation or just CISD and enter? Wait, when AMD happens in the expansion part, Do I have to wait for an internal manipulation? Oh, I'm trying to understand. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's based. I would say this, right? Typically, you need a liquidity sweep most of the time, but it's all going to be based off of your own conviction and back testing. If there's a scenario where you think that it's a specific scenario, if you back tested and it makes sense to you, you got to trust your back testing. That's what I'll say. But typically, you want to see like some kind of sweep. But there's a if we're expanding and you have conviction, there's always what I'm trying to say is go off of your own what makes sense to you according to what you've back tested. That's what I'd advise anyone to do with anything with trading. No one else can click that button except for you. Yeah, I don't like absolutes, like saying that something has to be something or a certain way. But yeah, typically you want to see liquidity sweep. So yeah, this was the 5-minute gap, 30-second change in state. I think this will probably deliver to the fourth. I don't see why it wouldn't, because it's just a very obvious sell model with stacked SMTs, stacked sequential SMTs. So usually sell models deliver to the fourth standard deviation. Blow this toilet up? What? Bro, what? You lost me. So yeah, I think we'll draw this fourth. Right, we've already hit the first and the second. So one thing I could look for is if we have a first presented for value gap. Oh my gosh, wait, this is crazy. Look what was a confluence for our 30-second change in state. The first presented for value gap. It was so small too. Dang, bro. So we probably had first strike off of this and I didn't even realize. That's kind of sad. So once again, first strike is you take the first presented for value gap, you look for a 15-second change in state off of it. Yo, wait, actually, this is a 15-second change in state, and we're pulling up to it. So like this, right? It's a possible trade. I'm not sure because you gotta be careful with market being so bullish. And also it just doesn't look like a normal trade. It looks weird. I might go to the bathroom, guys. But that could end up working out. If it does, then that's crazy. But guys, another thing to know is, oh yo, that actually reacted. That's kind of cool. We could have taken that, bro. Oh my gosh. But then again, guys, I wasn't sure, so it's okay. But yeah, like I was saying, yeah, maybe we should have just taken that, bro. That's okay. Sometimes if you're not sure, it's okay to do nothing. Like I was saying, okay, what was I saying? Oh, notice how we get this 6-hour SMT. We originally had a 6-hour SMT here with London low, and then we get a different one here. This is the Magneto effect, where one old 6-hour SMT gets overridden by the more recent one. It's the Magneto effect. I haven't made a video on this yet, but it's a quarterly theory concept where this SMT, everyone long from this SMT doesn't see the new one. The new one overrides the old one, and then we aggressively run towards the old one. It's the Magneto effect. Remember that, put it in your notes. But anytime you have an SMT, especially a time-based SMT, and then an old one, the old one is going to be a really good liquidity pool for using the new one. Kind of cool. So yeah, put that in your notes. And then along with all these other confluences, you know, you could have cut a short down to those lows. But yeah, guys, I have no regrets in not taking that. You can see, look, it's not even working anymore. So I have no regret. No regret at all. We're fine. We're fine. We might have had a 22-minute SMT as well. Oh my gosh, wait. I'm thinking about making a new concept called Royal Flush, where when you have 3 triple stacked sequential SMTs in a row, I'm thinking about calling it like a Royal Flush. So wait. Okay, 9. So the high at 9. And then the high at 9:22. We got a Royal Flush. Royal Flush, baby. Yo. So yeah, 3. I'm making this a new concept. Just like right now, I'm just now deciding this is a new concept. 3 sequential SMTs in a row. Time-based SMTs. Royal Flush. Look at that though. Is that not cool? You have to admit that's kind of cool. Look at that. Once again, no one's gonna tell me about this. Like, people are like, why are you making your own concepts? Because I observe behaviors in markets and then I identify them, right? The reality is, no one's going to just walk up to me and say, oh, Jake, this is exactly how these markets move, and here's the official name of the concept. Like, no, everything's gate kept. So if I'm going to learn about a concept, I have to discover it, right? So yeah, I don't feel bad about naming my own concepts because I observe market behavior and I name them. You guys can dislike that, but that's just me being me. But what's the reality is I'm observing something that is actually influencing the market, right? We had 3 stacked sequential SMTs and then we dropped. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can make my own concepts if it's based off of market behavior that I've observed. You know what I'm saying? Because no one's just gonna hand me the actual name and the how to trade that concept and everything else about it. You get what I'm saying? All this stuff's gate kept. So why would anyone tell me the correct way to do something? No one's gonna do that. So I just have to figure it out and name them myself. Royal Flush SMT. You get what I'm saying though? Dang, bro. That same exact spot delivered price lower. Bruh, this stream has only lost me a sub. People are like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm being me. I'm being me. 5 watching. Let's go. I mean, literally, Dodgy made his own model. Dodgy can make his own model. I can do whatever I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one told Dodgy. No one told Dodgy how to trade inversion for value gaps. He figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Based off his backtesting. Same applies to me. I can make my own stuff if I observe it. And then that's how Dodgy created one of the best models there is. Inversion for value gaps. Always ask yourself, what would Dodgy do? Real. So yeah, like I said, I think we're going to draw to this 4th standard deviation. I did note that we had the first presented for value gap and then a 15-second change in state. And, you know, could have taken this, but it's just not, it's not super, like, popping off the chart type of light bulb movement to me, but it ended up working out. So you just gotta journal it and say, hey, this was actually a better trade than you thought, right? We marked this out, right? I could have taken it and just mark out lesson learned. This was actually a pretty good trade. We just hit the 2nd standard deviation of it. So yeah, once again, first presented for value gap, 15-second change in state, retest of that, my first strike model. Could you imagine we come up to it a 3rd time? Nah, because that would be so sick. Wait a second. Could you imagine? We push up into it a 3rd time. Rebalance this range. Use this 1-minute gap. And we deliver price lower off of it. Yeah, so what I would consider is this 1 minute for value gap and then a 15-second change in state off of it. Because then that would be AMD, right? We're already in line with this sell model that we framed off the first presented for value gap. But yeah, we definitely could just draw down to this 4th standard deviation, and then you know, that would be the end of it. But yeah, guys, I do think I made the right decision when it came to that initial trade because, you know, instincts do matter, and if if I just can tell that it's not a high quality trade anymore, it was initially, but we didn't move. We didn't move. So then I just had to accept that this wasn't a trade that I was willing to take the risk on anymore. And it's a unique scenario. I don't normally do that, but I think that was the right move. I took short. You should target. So I think I would take profit because we hit the second standard deviation. I'd take profit here. So look at this. We just tapped the second standard deviation. I think we'll possibly retrace off of it. So I'd take profit there if you didn't already. So yeah, once again, if we did come up and sweep those highs, that could be good. But I think as well, this fourth standard deviation will be a draw. I think this is the obvious sell model. So the fourth standard deviation will be a draw. And the initial sell model was... Oh, we forgot to look at the RTH gap. I just now forgot about it. Dang it. It's probably why we're going lower. It's because of the RTH gap. Oh, it was only right there. Well, I guess there wasn't an RTH gap. Is there an RTH gap below? Yeah, there's RTH gap right here. Could we draw down to this? Possibly, honestly. So yeah, if you guys don't know the trade that outlined, right, we had triple stacked S&Ts, 5-minute for value gap sweep of midnight, and then we had a 30-second change in state here, and we end up retesting that perfectly. I wish I could have taken this trade, but I didn't see it. And then yeah, 30-second change in state with triple stacked S&Ts, stop at the high of the order block, and then target all these standard deviations. Just take profit one at each, something like that. And then all this, the reason I have this dotted line here is because this is high resistance liquidity, right? Every time we push up against it, we're failing, which tells me dumb money is trying to still long this. Smart money is like, yeah, that's not gonna be ran right now. We're actually gonna trade against this curve and go lower. That's kind of what I'm thinking, at least. Now we could end up going back up to these equalize, but I don't know. Let's do a practice round of figuring out my risk. Okay, 6, 1, 6, 24, 72. I'm getting faster. I might go on a walk for a bit, guys. Dude, YM, what the heck is going on with YM? Might just clean up the chart a little bit. Oh my gosh, what was that? Just got chills. Okay, I'm gonna go on a walk for a little bit. I would have watched price action on my phone. Okay, well, we already got most of the move, guys. Man, kind of cold. Hang on. Okay, I still think we're drawing lower. Now, why is this diverging? YM is just going straight up. That's crazy. Actually, wait, let's look at the 1 hour. We've filled this 1 hour gap. 10 a.m. Oh, wait a second. This is the 10 a.m. open. Actually, we have this 1 hour order block. $15-minute order block. Yeah, maybe this is a 10 a.m. reversal. kind of looks like a break of structure. Wait, this kind of looks like liquidity sweep break of structure 2022 gap. Did we rebalance equilibrium? We did, dude. Oh, this is a 2022 model. On the 1 minute. 15-second change of state. We just got it. Six. All right, I'm gonna take this. So
Order filled.
6. Wait. 24.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Damn.
Order filled.
That's okay. I liked it. Once again, you know, we had a liquidity sweep, break of structure, and then we had a 15-second change in state off of that. I liked it, but it didn't work out. That's okay. All right, 2-minute walk. Alright, yeah, 2-minute walk. Closing out all my counts done for the day. So, let's actually, I need to make sure that the accounts are closed, and then I'll move on and then be done for the day. No way. Now it's going up, huh? Now it's going up. Bro. Whatever, I messed up. Okay. Alright. Guys, I had to come back just for 1 second because I think this one's a lot better. This 15-second change in state off of the 2022 gap. I could actually see this one end up going. I could see this one going to the 8th standard deviation. So like this. I just had to come back to say this. So target the 8th. Target the 8th. So once again, first 2022 model for value gap, and then a 15-second change in state. And then yeah, I think we'll go to the 8th standard deviation or the 7th. Once again, target the 7th, not the 8th. I have to be done for the day. Yeah, real. But yeah, guys, I'm done for the day. It's just we just move on. If this did end up playing out, that'd be crazy. We're already at 1R. Go, 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 go. Alright, this might not actually play out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, guys, I'm done. I'm not even gonna taper it anymore. I'm done. I might actually just end the stream. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not really in the mood to look at price action right now. I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm not really not feeling it right now. So I'm gonna end the stream.